A few weeks ago, I had the opportunity to talk to a psychologist working for the GIGN. I don't know if you know what is the GIGN. It's a French organization who is dealing with terrorists and kidnappers and people who are dealing with the bad boys and the bad girls. And so it's, I think, 25 years on the market, an organization with 400 people and really tough guys. The question was, what is specific for a psychologist in negotiating with these people who are, let's say, very much in resistance? They have 3 rules which are interesting. And I was a little bit irritated in hearing these 3 rules, and this was the reason why I thought it could be interesting to talk about these. The first one is, they are saying the kidnapper or the terrorist is part of our team. Hey, no, he's the enemy. No, he's part of our team. It took me a little bit of time to understand what is the message behind it. But let's come to this message a little bit later on. The second one is, I have to understand him. As long as I don't understand what are his motivations, why he is in this situation, I don't have any chance to build up a communication and to start to build something like a relation. And the third thing is, he has to understand that I am understanding him, or that I have understood him. And as long as I am not progressing on these 3 aspects, no chance to go further. And you see, and they're saying that's a fundamental different concept than other special forces have. Yeah. So, and out of this concept, I thought, okay, now I'm standing here in front of the building. I have a guy in front of me who is, in fact, evil, who is doing bad things. And then, in this situation, you have to change your mindset. If you see him as an enemy, all the tools, let's communicate, blah, 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 forget it. Because it's a mindset issue. It's an issue of what is your personal behavior, your view of entering in contact with your counterpart. And here, honestly, that's a fundamental systemic approach. It's a fundamental systemic approach in understanding that it's an interaction. Yeah. The things are interlinked. And when we start to get this message, we have a fundamental different view of resistance. Normally, people are calling us when when there is a hot resistance, when people are really in a mood of we don't accept. That's a very easy situation to deal with because it's on the table. You can start a dialogue. You can start to talk with them. You can deal with that. It's much more complicated if people are just silent. You like it? Yeah. Do you agree? Yeah, fine. Yeah. Tell me if you have a problem. No. And you think as a boss, okay, all fine, I ask. I made 2 employee interviews. I asked everyone and people said, yeah, it's okay. And then there's a contractual thing to do with the unions. And from one moment of the other, people say, no, I like your concept, but I don't sign this contract. It's all fine, but no. Yeah. But you said it's okay. Yeah, but no. Yeah. So you see, these are the more complicated ways to really understand the resistance if people are, let's say, not really talking about what is bothering them. what ingredients do you need for cooking ham and eggs? Ham and eggs. What animals do you need for ham and eggs? You need a chicken and you need a pig. What do you think, how will be the involvement and participation to the project ham and eggs from the perspective of the pig and from the chicken? Yeah, it's obvious. Huh? So the chicken is participating, the pig is involved. Yeah. So, but that's also one perspective out of the view of resistance, that managers are thinking people are resisting because they are feeling like pigs. So not like the animal, but feeling as if they will lose something personally in this process. They will be the losers. Personally, they will lose, I don't know, some social advantages, some they have to go out of their comfort zone, they have to maybe even have economical disadvantages in being paid less or having to work more or whatever. So in thinking about, they are just in resistance because they have a personal interest of doing it. Now, sometimes when the anger is at maximum, you cannot say, okay, come on, sit down, I explain you again, and whether, no, this doesn't work. There are moments where you have just one thing to do. And what is it? Listen. And not falling, in fact, there's one thing more important, not falling in anger yourself. Because what happens in the anger moment, people are just shouting at you. And what they want to do, they want to be bad to you. They want to hurt you. And you have to understand they don't mean you. It's not about you. There is this big energy against you, and you have to understand that this thing, don't take it personally. You're just the focal point of his negative energy. Sometimes in the morning process, as long as you still have the anger, you cannot go for the next stage. Yeah. So creating forums, and that's what I mean with dialogue also, creating forums where people can express themselves. Just talking about it is like in therapy, we know it. Huh? So if you have a big therapists are just living with the idea of letting people talk. Where do you create platforms of exchange? And you know, the issue is the change managers have a big fear of this platform of exchanges. Why do you think? Because they think the message is diluted. Now, they even have the fear to invite these people for common dialogue. Why? It starts with bringing platforms in place. And the fear is that people cannot deal with dialogue and decision-making process. Because, honestly, a dialogue is not a decision-making process. And if you make this clear, where do we talk about things? And talking about things doesn't mean we're deciding about things. This helps a lot. And start bringing platforms in place where you talk, and then maybe you're getting so many information out of that where you may even think about how to change your decisions about the process. But don't have the fear of dialogue. Don't have the fear to implement sounding boards. Don't have the fear to implement change agents you are inviting to give you a feedback about what is going on. Don't have the fear to make a bottom-up feedback about what is going on. And if you do that, the resistors are not anymore your enemies, but the resistors are starting to be your friends and helping you to make your change even better. Coming back to my main message. The kidnapper is part of our team. And thank you for the opportunity of having this keynote today. And let us talk today about the kidnappers and the SWAT working together with the kidnappers. Thank you very much.